Hey everybody, Chef Britt here with atbbq.com, and today we're making barbecue carrots. So for our carrots, we're gonna glaze them in a sweet and spicy barbecue glaze, and then we're gonna pair it with some parsley pesto and a spiced yogurt. So let's get started with the carrots.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is just trim off the green tops here. And these don't really have much of the leaves left on it, unfortunately. But today we'll be making a parsley pesto. But if you had the green tops, then you could use that for your pesto instead. Okay, I'm gonna use this really neat little scrubber just to clean the surface of my carrots. You could peel them, but because these are smaller carrots and not those jumbo horse carrots, you might lose a lot of the vegetables. So scrubbing is a really good way to get them clean on the outside. Now we're gonna trim these into more manageable pieces. I like to cut on a bias and cut them into rough thirds. We'll put them on a foil-lined sheet pan that's ready to go onto the smoker. So next we're gonna assemble the sauce that we're gonna cook our carrots in. So I'm gonna add about 6 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter, which you can use regular butter if you want. I just prefer to not have the milk solids burn on me when I have it in the cooker. I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, and I'm also gonna do a 1/3 cup of the House of Q sugar and spice barbecue sauce. This has some amazing flavors with a lot of those nice baking spices that will accompany our maple syrup and other spices very well. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of garam masala, which is that Indian spice that we used last week for our cranberry mostarda. And we'll just whisk it together. And we're just gonna dress our carrots with it. We'll just roll these around to coat them. All right, let's head out to the cooker. Okay, so I've gone ahead and preheated the YS640S to 400 degrees, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cook it on the bottom shelf here for about 40 to 50 minutes, and I'm gonna come back about halfway through and turn them. All right, so while the carrots are cooking, we're gonna go ahead and make a parsley pesto. If you were lucky enough to get carrot tops on your carrots, then I would go ahead and make a pesto with that. But I didn't get so lucky, so I'm gonna make it with parsley today. So I'm just going to trim off the leaves of this parsley just by keeping the bunch together. You might save the stems for a stock or something that you might want to add a little flavor to, but I'm not going to go ahead and use those today. All right, we're going to try and pack as much as we can in here. And I snuck a little clove of garlic in there as well. And I'm going to add about a 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil here. And a little shake of some smoked salt. And then we'll just blend it up with this immersion blender. Okay, and if you need to add a little more olive oil, feel free to do that. I think I got a particularly dry batch of parsley today, so I'm gonna add more oil. Okay, let's give it a taste to make sure that it's where we want it to be. I think it definitely needs some more salt. We'll just mix it in there. We'll give it another taste here. good. That's gonna give us a nice added herbaceousness to our sweet and spicy carrots that are gonna be coming out soon. All right, so we're about halfway through our cook. Let's check on these carrots and give them a little turn. Oh yeah, they're looking good. They're starting to caramelize on the outside in that syrup. We're just gonna toss them around and really get that flavor to penetrate through. All right, so these carrots have been cooking for about 40 minutes and we're just gonna check and see if they're tender. Okay, so I'm gonna find one of the thicker carrots and just see if this is nice and tender. Yep, I don't really meet much resistance, and you can go as far as you want, but I think these are ready to go. All right, so I'm gonna take these inside, we'll plate them up, and we'll take these wonderful pan drippings and add it to our yogurt sauce. All right, so I'm gonna just roll these around just to get that last little bit of flavor on there, and then I'm just gonna pop them on the plate here and get them ready to serve. Smells so good with all of those fall baking spices in there too. I get a lot of cinnamon. All right, so I'm gonna add about a couple tablespoons of the pan drippings here. I'm really trying to get some of the butter and the barbecue sauce that's just been left to caramelize. And we'll just mix it all in. So now we're gonna dress our carrots. Just put a little bit of this spiced yogurt over the top. We'll spread it around. And then we'll get some of our parsley pesto in there too. Sorry, this is so good. I love these carrots mostly because they still have a little chew to them. I hate overcooked carrots, so that's like a really great part. But also the creaminess from the yogurt, the herbaceousness of the pesto, it really just makes the whole sweet thing happening with the carrots just sing. I love it. Thanks for joining me today at the ATBBQ kitchen while I made some awesome barbecue carrots. Feel free to head on over to atbbq.com for all of the products that you see today, and join me next week while I make an old classic with a new spin. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.